Welcome to episode 64. Still talking about my Welsh ancestry. I want to talk about something kind of funny that happened to me. I had a girlfriend who's Dutch who had a family history in New Amsterdam. In other words, what New York was called before. And she was very proud of it. And she liked to go to Boston, where her family was historically important, right? And she enjoyed being important that way. And she would tell me about it all the time. And then she heard from me that I found out that my ancestor, Edward Rawson from Wales, founded Boston and lived on Rawson Street in Boston. And everybody worked for him. He was the first general secretary of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. So her family probably worked for him. She's my girlfriend, right? And she was not happy about that. She didn't really say anything, but I could tell it was a problem. So suddenly Derek was important in Boston, which is kind of surprising. And the history of the family, why Edward Rawson came to the New World, was the Rawsons were anti-war protesters in Wales, okay, and so they were not popular with the British Empire, right? So they were kicked out of Wales, and they went to the Netherlands, where there were other anti-war protesters, and they all got together, and they came over on a ship called the Mayflower, and then Edward Rawson was the first secretary of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, so he basically ran the place and lived on his own street called Rawson Street, which is now called Brompton. There is no more Rawson Street. Somebody changed the name of it. Maybe my girlfriend's family, I don't know. So anyway, it's kind of funny. So irony of ironies. Don't tell everybody about your family history like I'm doing, because you're going to find out something that is not that, important. It's kind of interesting that you're not as important as you think you are. So I learned that from her experience. It was kind of funny. And her name was Annie, and I'm going to I'm not going to say the last name, so give her some privacy. But her family was very important in New Amsterdam. They actually had a house where the General Motors building is in New York, which is across the street on Fifth Avenue from the Plaza Hotel. So Annie's family was very wealthy and very important. And I think they even started Otis Elevator Company, the first elevator company. So she had a great family background in the East Coast, and she loved being there. And she said it was almost as good as Paris. And I said, yeah, that's right, almost. And I'm in Paris now, and I'm sorry, I like Boston, but it's a little cold, and it is not Paris, Annie. It's maybe a good copy, or trying to be a copy, but Paris is Paris, and I'm here in Paris, and you should be here too. I don't know where you are, floating around, so maybe you'll see the video and say hello. But that was kind of my story. So family histories, this is why Americans many times don't talk about their family history, because something weird will come up, maybe. You might find out that some of your family members were criminals or something like that. So it's not popular to talk about your family history in the United States. It's a land of immigrants. So, and that's why I didn't know anything. My family never really talked about their family history until I went down to Buenos Aires and used my credit card, and they saw the name Guillermo Rawson, William Rawson, which is on my credit card, and they said, "Oh, you're muy importante. Your family came from America, from Boston." And then I found out, and they said, "Go look on the internet," and that's how I found out about all this stuff. So, kind of interesting. So, that's life. It's what happens. So family histories can be good and bad. We never know, But it's always makes a good story, and that's why I'm telling this, because it's a good story, right? So, and she's a great girl. I had a wonderful time with her, but she was the big New Yorker, that was Dutch. She's Dutch, right? came from, she was Dutch, basically. Beautiful girl, very nice girl. So that's the end of my story here, episode 64. And now I'm going to talk about advertising a little bit. My corporate sponsor is Sonostics.com, and what it does is it has invented a machine that works, that exists, and is being used by people, and it fits under your feet while you're sitting at a desk. And if you can't walk or you don't exercise properly, what it does is it exercises a muscle in the lower leg, the back of your lower leg, called the soleus muscle. And that muscle actually is a pump. It pumps blood and fluids back to your upper body where they belong. And if that muscle is exercised and in good shape from walking or whatever you want to do, then you're okay, and your heart works really well because it's being aided by this second pump. In both legs in the back of your leg you have this. If it's not being exercised properly, our machine electromagnetically talks to the nerves in your brain and gets it to flex this muscle and exercise it. And that way your heart is aided in moving the blood around your body, and guess what happens? The blood flow in the brain is better, and we're finding now that after 6 months, cognitive decline in the brain due to better blood flow goes away. After 6 months, it's reversed. So this is the solution to cognitive problems, probably. And what we're doing with the company is it's an existing company. It owns another company that has, that is testing all these machines. And I'm going to talk about that in the future. And what we're doing is we're looking for, we want to expand it worldwide. That's what we want to do. We have machines, and they work, and they've been tested, but we need to expand what we're doing, and we want to make new and improved machines that are smaller. The one we made works great, but it's pretty big, and it would be nice if they were the machine was a little smaller and sleeker. So we want a new and improved product. You're right, it's the same product, and it's patented also. Then we want to take it around the world and try to prevent cognitive decline. So that's my sponsor, good company, Sonostics.com. And there's a link below. You can click on the link to find out more about them. And we want to expand it worldwide, so we need help doing that. Money and talent, so either one of those things, it would be great if you would like to contribute. Now, my personal sponsor is, for individuals, I use a company called Buy Me a Coffee. It's a website, and it has 1 million subscribers. It's connected to bank accounts through Stripe, which is another company that's very well known. And what you can do is you can get on Buy Me a Coffee and buy Derek a cup of coffee or a glass of wine for $5, which is why I'm showing you this. So buy me this glass of wine. I would appreciate it. And that's the way you can support me. You can be an individual donor and supporter of my channel. And then the other thing you can do also that doesn't cost money is you can subscribe. You can click the like button. And the other thing you can do is make a comment. And the more activity on this channel, the better. This is a podcast here, and activity increases viewership. And so that would help me a lot. If you want to help me, go to buymeacoffee/Derek, DERIK, but you do an R instead. It's a security thing. And then you'll go to a website and it'll say, buy Derek a cup 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 cups of coffee. And then also you could click another area of that website, and you could send a fixed amount of money every month from your credit card automatically. Elon Musk, as I've always say, collects every month $11 from all of his people who watch his channel. He's more important than I am, but any amount would be good. And I use the money to travel around the world and talk to you from coffee shops, which is what I'm doing. And I do that because I'm Welsh, and I found out that Welsh people are the ones that you hear about in the UK all the time that hang out in the public houses, in the pubs, and they sit around and drink beer. And one of the Welsh guys that does that is Richard Burton, He's not still with us anymore, but he did it. And then Anthony Hopkins from Silence of the Lambs. He also is Welsh. So many Welsh people in the entertainment business. So sitting around and talking in a pub. And in Paris, they don't have pubs. They have sidewalk cafes, same thing. So it's interesting. Also, if you're on YouTube, you'll see some end tags at the top that will come up. You got to make sure you're using the YouTube application, which it'll say you want to go to the full application, and you say yes. Then you can see the end tags. And the three of them, generally. One is a subscription end tag, which subscribes you. The other one is a page that I decide to send you to next, and that I choose. And then the last thing is the most important, is it's called a playlist. And what it is, it's a list of all of my episodes. God help you. If you want to sit around and watch those, then you can see all of my podcasts, one after another, forever. Terrible. So that's it. And so please, support me and make comments and give me some activity, and life is good. I'm sitting at a cafe here, and today is kind of it's a cloudy day. It's not so sunny, but it's very comfortable. It's 75 degrees. Can't beat that. And and I'm here just to show you, because a lot of people go, "You really exist?" And I am here. And it's me drinking the wine. So if you buy the wine, I'm going to be the guy drinking it. So this is the end of episode 64, and I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.